Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're... And we've got time... For a quick pregame report. With that being said, thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. Opening day upon us, Brent. Some teams already looked as if they are championship contenders already. Others clearly in a rebuild mode. What's the mindset of players entering the season on a rebuilding team?
Well, if you're a veteran guy, you're asking your agent, can I get a trade? they would love to get on one of those contending teams, but a rebuilding team is about making progress each month. Really, quite honestly, that's what you want to see, Kevin, is progression month to month. Each of the games, maybe chunk out a block, 20 games here, 20 games there, and you want to see just improvement overall in what your squad is doing.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, Harkless is out there with Myers Leonard. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Connaughton in at the two-guard spot. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
There's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose. And I love the energy on this play.
Pass to Connaughton. Butler with the steal. Fast break. Here they come. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
I'll tell you what, Butler is a physical dunker. I mean, he takes his craft seriously. I just love watching this guy take off.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Oh, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Portland again missing.
The defense not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
In the corner, Miles with it. They grab their own miss. From the arc. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Here's Harkless. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Mo Harkless, drafted by the Magic. He could not find his shot with the Magic in Orlando, and they basically gave him away in a trade to the Blazers. His offense is starting to come around, and I think with the contributions that Nurkic can make, he could open up some great opportunities for him to be better offensively and more consistent for them as a rebounder.
Lowry kicks to Towns. Shoots over Leonard. Towns, no luck.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Down low, here's Connaughton. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Outside Lowry. Outside Butler. Pass to Towns. Lowry feeds it to Towns. Fires for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Towns has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. It's stolen by Bogut. And here we go. Timberwolves running again. And slam dunk by Butler.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Towns with the steal. Butler attacking. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Passes to Connaughton to the paint. That's tipped. Nurkic dishes to Leonard. Now here's Harkless. He's guarded closely. And it's Lillard missing. Minnesota leading by 14. Butler passes to Lowry. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Dishes it to Bogut. Shoots over Leonard. Bogut against Leonard. And the basket by Bogut.
Well, tough to match up with Bogut, especially his size and that soft touch.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
This Blazer team has some good continuity and some good chemistry. It's a young roster, and they get along pretty well. They've got 2 studs, obviously, at the guard position, and they keep improving.
Over to the wing. Nurkic kicks to Harkless. Lillard outside. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And from team dinners to off-season trips to train together, this Blazers team, Brent, led by Damian Lillard, has made the effort to get to know one another off the floor.
Well, that absolutely helps with the lines of communication, that it's always respectful, and sometimes it can be competitive and heated, but that's all right. Mostly for the young guys, the cool thing about it is that they feel a connection to the guys who've played several years in the league, and that helps them settle into their first year.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Trailblazers.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
Connaughton passes to Lillard. They double him with Butler. Here's Connaughton, trains the three-pointer. Minnesota leading by 13. Outside Lowry. Butler in the corner. Butler missing again. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Connaughton. Nurkic a screen on Lowry. Connaughton kicks to Lillard. And stolen by Butler. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Lowry from outside. Portland grabs the miss. Lillard with it. Butler covering. And Lillard kicks to Connaughton. He dishes it to Nurkic. Shoots. And it's sent back by Bogut.
Bogut knows his role so well and is always in good defensive position. Good block there.
Poked loose. Butler with the steal. And the dunk by Towns.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
Leonard dishes to Lillard. To the paint, stolen by Miles. Butler with the ball. 10 points for him. He kicks it to Miles. It's deflected. Towns in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Back to Lillard. The pass to Connaughton. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. 4 on the shot clock. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
You got to give it up for Butler, an MVP caliber talent with a real skill for putting the ball in the basket.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Livingston. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Ed Davis.
Well, when you're on defense, hands up and antennas up with Crawford, constantly looking to get himself to the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Crawford. And here's McCollum for 3. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this. And a guy who seems to improve every season.
It's crazy because I never thought that.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player. And if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after 1.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. McCollum and Aminu are out on the perimeter. Then there's Davis, and it's Napier in at the point. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. C.J. McCollum, number 1.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
And here's Livingston. Crawford outside. Back to Livingston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Crawford with the ball. Al-Farouq Aminu covering. Shoots the 3. Aminu grabs the miss. And Brent, Al-Farouq Aminu, probably the best defender on this Blazers team.
Certainly the versatility is there, Kevin, but you like playing with him mostly at the 4. He rebounds well despite being a bit slender. It's his streaky perimeter shooting that makes it tough for the coaching staff to gauge just how many minutes Al-Farouq Aminu is going to play.
Doubled by McCollum. Livingston kicks to Crawford. Back to Livingston. There's the dish to Crawford. Here's Anunoby. Drops in the tray. Anunoby's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
There's the pick. McCollum with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Aminu with the bucket.
I like the setup from Aminu on the pick. Has the quickness to get there, but then stabilizes to set it.
It's Crawford on the wing. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Back to Livingston. And he uses the glass on the layup. Livingston's got his first points in this one.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Anunoby passes to Crawford. He feeds it to Livingston. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Shot from 12. Pachulia, no luck. And for Portland, they're shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. McCollum, it's tipped. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Crawford dishes to Jang, kicks it to Livingston. And he banks in the layup. Livingston's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Livingston, no luck. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. McCollum passes to Abdul Rahim. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Napier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Tipped away and stolen by Jang. Now here's Crawford. Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So the best part about that, Kevin, I'll tell you this, is the fast forward button.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first pick. We could fast forward that, or the second, or the third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Ball's knocked loose. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. Finished off the break. Livingston's got 6 in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Over to the left wing. Here's Abdul Rahim. Jang defending. Abdul-Rahim can't hit.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Jang with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Over McCollum. Crawford missing again.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time. Well, if shooting is a priority, then teams are prioritizing what it is that C.J. McCollum can do to the likes of an offensive system. The guy is remarkable, is smooth, gets anywhere he wants to on the floor, and scores with incredible efficiency. I know we fall in love with the three ball, but C.J. McCollum may be the best overall mid-range young scorer that the NBA has to offer.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Towns, no luck. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Napier kicks to Davis, kicks it out to McCollum. The three-pointer, no good. And McCollum, a master of the pull-up. Brent, big men lay back on him at their peril.
He's got such tremendous handle, Kevin. He can shake guys and just get them off balance. I always feel like C.J. McCollum is playing in second gear, toying with the defense, and once he hits fourth gear, look out.
It's stolen by Lowry, and now the Timberwolves on the break. And it's Butler with the jam.
And everyone knows Butler is a lockdown defender, but also terrific at coming up with steals.
1:07 left to play in the first half. It's stolen by Bogut. And pushing it up again is Minnesota, again in transition. Lowry kicks to Butler. Over McCollum. Butler can't get that one to fall. Portland's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Towns with the steal. It's Miles on the wing. Stolen by McCollum, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Davis. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
The CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Lowry. Good as the jump shot falls. Lowry's got his first bucket in this one. The Trailblazers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Napier. Lowry covering. Napier dishes to Davis. And Aminu kicks to McCollum. 1 second left. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 4 steals. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided.
And we're just about ready for the start.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to... Now Lowry. Towns is out there with Bogut. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then there's Lowry. And it's Butler in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
Pass to Abdul-Rahim. Shoots over Towns. And he can't bank that one in. And Terry Stotts, now in his 6th season as head coach in Portland. Talk about the job, Brent, he's done with the Blazers.
Well, again, Kevin, his connection to Damian Lillard as the player that they thought was going to carry the franchise forward, especially after the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge. I think that's one of the key components of the Blazers and where they want to go. I think Terry can share the vision of the front office and the vision for any given team with Damian Lillard. And he goes out there and tries to carry out some of the things that he hears from him.
4 on the clock. Here's Abdur-Rahim. Towns with the defensive effort.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Stolen by McCollum. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Butler. And it's off from three-point range. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. And it's McCollum off the drive. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
And the shot's good from Abdur-Rahim.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
The kick outside to Butler. Puts up a 3. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Davis. Turner comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Shabazz Napier. Back to Turner. Lillard outside. Screen by Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. No one near Turner as he lets it go. But they get it back. Pass to Connaughton. Over in the corner, Lillard. Stolen by Miles. Here we go, one-on-one. Butler passes to Lowry. Butler sets a screen for Lowry. Butler, no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Here's Miles. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. Lowry dishes to Miles. Now here's Towns. He's tightly guarded. Outside for Lowry.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the athleticism to play lockdown D.
It's Turner, high post. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Screen by Nurkic. Connaughton. Second shot opportunity, and Nurkic finishes inside.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Lowry kicks to Bogut. The kick outside to Butler. Nurkic against Towns. Shot clock at 6. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're improved how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
Lowry against Lillard. The kick outside to Butler. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Passes it to Connaughton. Got a piece of it. Nurkic dishes to Turner. Back to Nurkic. Abdul-Rahim passes to Connaughton. And not sure what he was thinking there. Right side Lowry. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Over to the wing. Right wing. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just not his night so far, guys.
And Lillard throws it down.
You want evidence of Lillard finishing at the rim? I give you Exhibit A.
Lowry kicks to Bogut. To the wing on the left. Towns dishes to Butler. Lets it fly from 18. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
And it's Lowry penetrating. And the wide open shot from Miles. And he's good on the 3-ball. Miles has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Out to the wing. 1:21 left to play in the third. No good from Connaughton. The Timberwolves have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
On the wing, Turner, defended by Miles. Turner dishes to Lillard. The feed to Nurkic. Here's Abdul-Rahim, and the rejection by Towns. Here's Bogut, and finished off by Bogut.
And I'm just loving how Butler looks for his teammates. If you're open, he'll find you.
Here's Connaughton over Lowry. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
To the left wing from deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Abdul-Rahim. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Abdul-Rahim's got 7 points for the quarter. 3-pointer, Lowry. No good on the buzzer beater. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Timberwolves ahead as they wrap up the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guy.
Defensively, we got to give a little more.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Brent, when you played, you were able to score in a variety of ways. Which do you think you were better at, shooting off the catch or off the dribble?
There's no doubt that shooting off the catch, Kevin, was much easier for me. I love the fact that I could get my feet set, start to anticipate when the ball was coming, who the ball was coming from, and then establish my own rhythm for each of those opportunities to cast away at the rim.
I would think, though, you get rhythm by working off the dribble, too.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be able to do that, but I oftentimes use that dribble to maybe create another opportunity for a teammate. And then the other idea, Kevin, is if you're a great catch-and-shoot player, the pump fake and one dribble in, that's something you have to perfect to keep the defense honest in terms of their closeouts.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Jusuf Nurkic, Damian Lillard out there with Evan Turner, and it's Abdul Rahim in at the four-man position. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Davis is checked in for Nurkic. Aminu comes in for Evan Turner. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Damian Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Feeds to Aminu. Crawford with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. There's the pass to Anunoby. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Dishes it to Pachulia. Shot clock at 5. Over Davis. Pachulia, good.
Yeah, Pachulia is a big guy, and when he's near the rim, that's where big guys score.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Abdul Rahim passes to Davis. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
NBA official, NBA referee, Brent, has to be one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
You know, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin, having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
Now here's Livingston. He's guarded closely. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And for Portland, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. McCollum kicks to Napier. There's the pick. Pachulia with the steal. Here's Anunoby. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. There's the dish to Aminu. Out left to the wing. Davis kicks to Napier. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. And yes, it's good.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Jamal Crawford, a guy who has won multiple 6th Man of the Year awards, and a guy that comes off the bench and provides you with some instant offense, ready to shoot and certainly ready to shake a defender with those incredible handles.
A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Davis. Turner comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Napier. It's McCollum on the wing. Abdul Rahim passes to Lillard. Inside. Pachulia with the steal, and the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And Portland making a change here. Onlay's checked in. Here's Pachulia. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, he fended off the defense there and anticipated getting fouled.
And for Crawford, it's a luxury to bring him off the bench.
Well, Jamal Crawford is not a high percentage shooter, but with that volume shooting, you know he has the opportunity to impact the game, coming in and scoring and getting buckets. There are a lot of people who really enjoy watching Jamal Crawford come in, putting the ball on a string and making scoring sometimes look easy.
Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard to the paint. Looking to end the run, and Nurkic lays it in.
You could see that the D wanted to block the shot, but they didn't. Nurkic schooled him there.
Pass to Anunoby to the wing right side. Jang with a clean look and a miss there on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And the basket by McCollum.
I'm sure that's on the scouting report to not let him catch and shoot. With McCollum's marksmanship, that's easy money.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And the Blazers have a number of playmakers on their roster, and I think that takes the offensive load off of guys like Lillard and McCollum to score. Maybe a reason why Evan Turner was added to the roster. Try to get some guys in motion, maybe less attention to these guys playing in isolation to create some scoring opportunities.
McCollum against Crawford. Livingston kicks to Pachulia. Crawford, no one around him. Another miss by Minnesota. And for Damian Lillard, perhaps a sign of his unselfishness, Brent, willing to play at times without the ball in his hands.
I think he's welcomed the fact that having the ball and trying to create that many offensive opportunities on a nightly basis is not good for your health. So keeping your teammates involved, letting C.J. McCollum handle some of those responsibilities, even a playmaking big man, that's paying some dividends for Damian Lillard.
And he gets the bucket. Anunoby's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
To the right side. It's stolen by Livingston, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his third foul of the game. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Pass to Anunoby. Looking for Pachulia. He gets it there. Crawford right side. Just 5 to shoot. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Crawford with the steal. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Pachulia dishes to Livingston. Count that bucket. Livingston's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, how about a shift in your offensive consciousness? Start to find Sean Livingston. Give him the ball.
There's a good screen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Hey, Brent, what are some of the biggest differences between NBA play and international play?
I think in international play, and we're moving more and more towards it, Kevin, is possessions oftentimes involve 5 to 6 passes and exploring quick cuts to the basket, big guys away from the hoop, and opening up space around the lane for cutters to get in there and slicing through with passes to get available scoring opportunities. A lot of these coaches have borrowed some sets, especially during international competition with the Olympics, that they brought back to training camps for the NBA season.
Passing, cutting, shooting. I mean, those are the most attractive things to the naked eye to see and watch.
You know what, Kevin? That sounds a lot like basketball to me.
Yeah, me too.
Love the way that Sean Livingston goes to work when he's on the floor. He knows exactly what his strengths are and how to run an offense. He can act as a scorer at times and usually does it from that mid-range post area. As a guard, not many three-point shots, but devastating from about 8 feet out.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Minnesota.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
And a nice job, Evan Turner, slowing down, drawing the body contact, and now finding a chance for the and one.
And Evan Turner, Brent, signed that big deal in the summer of 2016, that 4-year, $70 million deal with Portland. Do you think they're getting their money's worth?
I think the idea is to have a secondary ball handler out there, a guy that they can post up a little bit and still make plays. So the adjustment, not just Evan Turner in a new system, the guys that he plays with have to adjust also to his skill set. We'll see as the years go on how much Evan Turner helps improve what Portland's trying to do offensively.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
Crawford against McCollum. Fires at the elbow. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. They grab their own miss. Good, nice play there from Vonleh.
And that's the passion coach wants to see from Vonleh. Not only does he crash the boards, he goes right back up to score.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, you have become a star in this league, big part of the team. Have those expectations put more pressure on you individually?
No pressure. I think I'm gonna do what I do each and every night. I'm not gonna play well every night, but I just gotta focus on me, this team. Can't worry about the outside influences.
A real leader, Jimmy. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching.